New year, new beginnings, and new games.
2021 brings with it the promise of a clean slate, which the world so desperately needs, and with it, a slew of new video games are inching their way closer to release every single day.
Today, we are taking a look at our most anticipated upcoming games for 2021 and beyond.
Number 10. No list is complete without the inclusion of cats, so we decided to top off our list with the biggest upcoming cat game. Stray follows a lost and lonely cat as he attempts to untangle an ancient mystery. Not much else is known about this third-person adventure game other than it is being developed by Blue 12 Studios, a small team from south of France mostly made up of cats and a handful of humans. It's slated for a 2021 release, and we are excited to see what it has in store for us. Number 9.
This peculiar game caught my eye during E3 2020, and I have been fascinated by it ever since. The game's trailer for Little Devil Inside reminded me of an amalgamation of some of the most memorable games of the last generation. Not much is still known about this game, just that its story involves a college professor who investigates paranormal activities. That, coupled with the unique art design, was enough to pique my interest in this action-adventure RPG, however. Add in the promise of co-op, and you can sign us up.
Number 8. I know what you're thinking. We have never featured an Elder Scrolls game on our channel, so how can this be one of our most anticipated games? Despite that, this game is 100% our cup of tea, and we're super excited to see what Bethesda has in store for the next entry in this acclaimed series. Maybe now that Microsoft purchased Bethesda, they'll make them stop reselling Skyrim and actually get to work on this thing. Number 7.
At this point, this is probably the longest game coming on this list. Metroid Prime 4 has been in development hell since it was first announced almost 4 years ago. A couple years after being presented with a tiny little teaser, we were informed that production had halted and was now being given to Retro Studios to start again. Lately, I feel like the Switch has been a little lacking regarding first-party titles, so Metroid would be much appreciated. Come on, Nintendo. Throw us a bone here.
Number 6. Horizon Forbidden West is a sequel to the much acclaimed Horizon Zero Dawn developed by Guerrilla Games and published by Sony.
1,000 years ago.
This sequel continues Aloy's journey as she moves west to a far future America, where she'll face awe-inspiring machines and mysterious new threats. Horizon Zero Dawn was probably our favorite new IP of the last generation, so our hype levels are set to 11 for this one. Number 5.
This game almost didn't make the list, mostly because it hasn't even been officially announced yet. All we know is that Valve is apparently excited and ready to start making games again, with allegedly more Half-Life in the works. Well, that's enough to get my excitement flowing and earned itself a spot on this list. Half-Life Alyx was my personal game of the year for 2020, and it only left me wanting more.
Number 4. Resident Evil has been a franchise that has been dear to our hearts since we first played the remake on the GameCube, so it is a no-brainer that the upcoming sequel to Resident Evil 7 is on our list. Resident Evil 8, also known as Resident Evil Village, takes place years after the events of Resident Evil 7, wherein protagonist Ethan Winters is simply trying to start over with his wife Maya. But Boulder Basher Chris Redfield has other plans. While no official release date has been given, it is confirmed to be coming out in 2021, with a rumored first quarter release. Besides, tall vampire lady. Need I say more? Number 3.
2018's God of War pseudo reboot shows us that you can teach an old dog new tricks. Sony Santa Monica delivered one of the most memorable games of the generation, with excellent presentation and gorgeous graphics that no one can deny. They were so smart to take God of War in a new direction, and we cannot wait to see where Ragnarok takes us.
Number 2. Nintendo, how we love you and yet how we hate you. Breath of the Wild was simply amazing. I know not everyone enjoyed the weapon degradation, and I still sorely miss having proper dungeons. But still, as it stands, taking The Legend of Zelda into a truly open-world setting was one of the most welcome additions to the series. Breath of the Wild 2 is looking to expand on that. Murmurings of a possible co-op mode and potentially finally getting proper dungeons could take a great game and make it even greater. We would expect a quicker turnaround with the sequel because of the shared assets with the original, so we can only imagine what is cooking up within Nintendo's corridors. Number 1.
Oh, Alden Ring, where art thou? When will you grace us with your presence? I know the whole world has their eyes set upon FromSoft, as everyone eagerly awaits what they have in store. Alden Ring is said to take a lot of RPG elements from Dark Souls and combine them with an open world akin to Breath of the Wild. This sounds like it makes for what has potential to be possibly one of my top games of all time. FromSoft has been radio silent for the past year, and understandably so. Absence only makes the heart grow fonder in this case, as we are very hopeful to get some info pertaining to this game in the coming months.
Well, there you have it.
What are some of your most anticipated upcoming games for 2021 and beyond?
Let us know what you're excited for, because I know there was a bunch of stuff that slipped our mind when making this video.
Thanks for watching. Oh, and if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe for more videos just like this. Later.